There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go, man.
Welcome to.
Here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Best Buddy Spookies,
Episode 2.
episode 2, with your hosts, Tango and Crash.
Yeah. Goddamn right.
I don't even know what.
Your favorite sluts are back.
So, today, we are going to talk Thanksgiving
Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
from 2023, because I know you like them years.
Yeah, I can't remember them dates. Saved my life.
I got you.
All
The
right.
dementia's kicking in hard.
Goddamn. You damn right. Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. So we are going to run through the movie. We're going to go down basically each act, if you want to put it that way.
Act 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3. Going to go through our thoughts. And then at the end, we're going to toss in some extra fun things. Like our favorite. Oh, I got my favorite kill.
We're going to give you little bonuses at the end.
Bonuses. Then you can give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts on those there.
Because we do want to hear from you. Because we love you.
We do.
All right, let's hop into it.
Let's get in here. All right. So let's get into the beginning of this movie. So, of course, we're starting. Yeah, we got that thing at the beginning. The sheriff, Eric, he shows up to the house of Mitch and Amanda. You know, he's going to show up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's going to show up for dinner. But then, Mitch has to go, and he's got to open up Right Mart because they're going to open up early on Thanksgiving instead of on Black Friday.
Which they shouldn't, but here we are.
Here we are. Consumerism.
Yeah.
Consumerism.
Inflation.
It's madness. And so then the daughter of the owner of Right Mart, Jessica, and her friends, they're all going out for the movies. You learn that one of the friends, Evan, his phone got busted in a fight with some other kids at this other high school, right? So then they're like, "Oh, we'll make a pit stop at Right Mart, where there's this massive mob of people
on Black Friday,
ready to just bum rush the store."
We needed a phone charger that bad.
He wanted a phone.
He wanted a whole phone.
He just needed a phone.
Yeah, you're probably going to need a charger, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they came with chargers at that point.
I mean, true.
They kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah, they started getting stingy.
Getting cheap.
Yeah. Bastards.
So they go in there, and then, of course, the guy that he fought, he sees him, like, right in the front, right? He's like, "Oh, that's the guy I punched in the face."
Then he antagonizes him, just like, "Hey there, you little bitch. Remember what I did?" While he's through the back door.
Yeah. Which, okay. So we're going to get into this part because this is the big setup, basically. They go in, and it's supposed to be like, hey, it's going to be real stealthy because we're just going to go in, get the phone, and leave.
In and out.
And then they start throwing football around.
Start playing and shit.
Yeah. And it's like, all the workers are just like, I guess this is okay. Nobody says anything.
Yeah, they're just like,
"Hey,
what the hell are
how'd you get in
these
here?"
kids doing in here?
Again.
Goddamn youth.
Again, maybe because Jessica is the daughter of the Right Mart owner.
They probably
maybe
just
they're like, we don't want to get fired.
Yeah, we don't want to get fired.
We'll let it happen.
They were probably just like, I want my kids to have a Christmas this year. I don't want to be the dad that left me.
Yeah. So Mitch is outside. Eric, the sheriff, shows up with Mitch's wife, Amanda, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to bring you some food." And it's like, "Oh shit, it's crazy out there." So Mitch and Eric are going to go outside. Amanda's going to stay inside. But that's when they're trying to calm this crowd down. And the crowd's like, "Well, then wait a minute. How come you let them in there?" And then
they get more aggravated, more crazy.
Again, they're getting rung up. Shouldn't have happened, but also, it's the daughter of the owner, so maybe you don't want to lose your job.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your job.
So Evan, he's like, "Oh, look, I got this phone." And he's antagonizing the whole crowd. They just bulldoze past everybody.
The kid that got his ass mollywopped that looked like the Hamburglar from McDonald's with his eye grabs the microphone and said, "All right, everybody, come inside the store." And I will say, this movie really captured the essence of Black Friday. The classic
the way
Black
that
Friday.
it used to be.
Because I remember growing up, Black Friday was like a goddamn WWE event. People were dying, getting trampled, punched.
We want to go wrestling. It's more like ECW.
Yeah, ECW.
Gritty. For some reason, everyone's throwing chairs. And it's just like that, like, for younger listeners that don't really understand.
They'd never.
That's what Black Friday was kind of like.
Yeah, because this Black Friday now, we're in the age of technology. You can order everything instant, Amazon Prime Day. No. Back in the day, we got that real shit. We got nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Like, I miss old Black Friday.
I'm appreciative of what you got because you know what happened.
I'm not saying I like violence. I'm just saying it was a show.
Yeah.
I remember when DVD players first came out and the Black Friday for the DVD players, they had videos, people getting trampled, old ladies getting kicked. And a part of me was just like, man, this is crazy. Then another part of me, the diabolical part of me was just like, yeah, I kind of like this. Made my nipples hard a little bit.
You're like, I'm going to go, but I'm not going to buy anything.
Yeah, I just want to watch.
I'm just going to get the purge out of me.
And that level of Black Friday was in this movie.
Yes.
And I fucking loved it.
I enjoyed this very much. Just the chaos. So, just the madness, the sheer fucking madness of this whole scene. I was just like, it made me think back to in our youths. Because I remember back when the PlayStation 3 was coming out, people are waiting in line getting the PlayStation 3s, and then they go out in the parking lot getting robbed at gunpoint.
Getting robbed in broad daylight.
Yeah. And
diabolical.
New York, New Jersey, one of those two. That's where one of the Walmart workers was trampled to death, which is kind of like what happened in this movie where that guy is like, oh, trying to open the door. And the glass just shatters. He gets trampled.
First guy, done.
Gets done. But then that one guy, it's like, he gets pushed in, neck gets cut, and he's just like, ugh, and he's just like bleeding out all over the place. But going for that waffle iron.
He went for the waffle iron. Throat bleeding.
He's going to die for that waffle iron.
And then the movie gets even more crazier. Because what happened first? Didn't, what's his name, get his arm broke? Trying to save the guy who was on the ground?
No. So, dude is getting trampled by the mob under the door.
Yeah.
Then, right after that, dude gets his neck cut.
Yeah.
Wants his waffles.
Yeah, dead.
But then Amanda gets knocked over, and she's scared, rightfully so.
Disoriented.
She's trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out how to get up. She's crawling around on the ground, and then one of the main people from this mob, right? Lizzie, she ends up being a waitress at this restaurant and stuff like that, right? She Mario Karts her in the fucking head
at a velocity and speed. I felt that hit. It felt like I got a concussion.
She looked like she was a crash test dummy when she got hit by that fucking cart in the head.
She hit her so fucking hard.
She turned her into a bobblehead. I was like, God.
And then it should have snapped her head off. She got hit.
No.
And then on top of that, we kept going.
No.
Her hair got caught in the cart.
Yep.
And just start peeling her fucking scalp. Yeah. Like we were in, what was that movie? Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah. Some Inglorious Bastard shit.
Just scalping her.
Yeah. So, of course, Mitch comes in, sees that. He's distraught. Sheriff comes in, realizes what's going on. People are dying. Bobby did get his arm smashed and crushed because he was like, oh my God, I'm going to go try to save that guy. And I don't know why you crawl to do that. I don't know why
he didn't get up.
He didn't get up.
He just crawled.
He crawled. I don't know. Stand up.
The way his arm broke was so cartoonish. I loved it because it just went up and he just started screaming.
Yeah.
Then the sheriff's just looking around, agony, craziness, madness. Mm-hmm. And then he pulls out his goddamn gun and shoots it off screaming.
Yeah, trying to get everybody to stop.
And that set the tone for the movie in such a way.
That told you what was coming. And then, of course, then you have like this mysterious figure looking in. You realize, okay, we're a year out. We're moving on to like the next Black Friday's coming up, right?
Yeah.
So now we're like, okay, we have this mysterious figure, and Right Mart's still doing their thing. They're still going to do their thing. They're going to do this photo shoot at this John Carver house where it's vandalized, so they have to be like, nope, sorry, can't do it. And that's where they realize, oh, there was an axe that was on this wall and it was taken, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back and forth where it's showing like, oh, because Evan's video that he took of the Black Friday madness is on YouTube.
And it's just getting views.
It's getting views
like clockwork.
Yeah. So people's faces are on there, and this is where Lizzie shows up, the waitress who is at the diner. Yeah, the diner. And she's our first victim.
Yeah.
And she got
I can't even put in the words what happened to her. She just got fucked.
She got fucked up.
Yeah.
She got fucked up bad.
Yeah.
And it also like sets the tone for the level of just like violence that's coming, because dunks her in the water, sticks her to the freezer door, goes to get an axe. She breaks free,
peeling her finger skin and face skin off.
Which, again, and I think Eli Roth has a way with this where he makes things that it's funny, but it's like, I understand, like, it shouldn't be, but it is. She's trying to open her phone with her no fingerprints.
With the bloody hand.
With the bloody hand. But she has a perfectly good hand on the other one, and it's just like, no. And it's like, oh, how about Face ID when I'm missing like an eighth of my face?
Didn't work. I said, ma'am, come on now.
Yeah.
I put it into the aspect of adrenaline, stress levels are high. She wasn't thinking. She just was trying to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then John Carver, the person we don't know yet, who's in the John Carver costume, I have to say, the athleticism of that man. Because if you watch his techniques through the movie, this man is fit. He is trained. The way he swings that axe, professional.
Yeah.
Gold medal.
Oh. We're going to get into him. We're going to get into that in just a minute.
Gold fucking medal.
Yeah.
But circling back to the lady. So she tries to escape the store, right? She does a pretty good job.
I mean, she does get out, and she's out in the parking lot. She's trying to figure out where her keys are. John Carver's got them in her car, and she tries to jump in a dumpster,
and
she gets stuck.
Clips her.
Just in half.
Clips her.
In half.
The one thing I like about John Carver, because you would expect, oh, she's going to run out. He's going to chase her on foot with the axe, get her. John Carver said, I'm an evolved killer. Yeah. I'm going to get in the fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna get this work.
Yeah.
You gonna get this work.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got her.
Yeah, he got her.
Just clean shaven, just in half. I was like,
Yeah, he wasn't even, he's like, didn't even break a sweat.
And then he hung the body on top of the store where the Black Friday madness happened.
Yeah, he put the bottom half.
Yeah, the bottom half.
And that was
excessive.
That's how you knew exactly what you're getting into. If the Black Friday thing didn't get you, let you know what you're in for.
The fucking tone has been set.
Yeah.
I was just...
He's like, let me remind you what kind of movie you're coming in.
Said, let me remind you, I'm no amateur killer. I'm a goddamn professional.
I'm a professional.
I was just watching the screen just like, Jesus Christ.
You don't find me on Craigslist.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
And we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Because now that Lizzie's dead, Jessica and her friends are all getting tagged on all these social media posts from this John Carver account.
With a dinner table set.
With a dinner table set. Right?
Bitch.
Yeah. So now they're trying to figure out, like, okay, who could this be? What's the motive? What's going on? And, Bobby, we find out Bobby had been gone. He fucking ghosted everybody.
Yeah.
And he's back all of a sudden.
After he broke his arm.
He broke his arm. But now we're going into the second kill. Because again, the killer's using this video as kind of like trying to... You're starting to piece together that he's upset. He's picking people off.
He's giving clues out.
Yeah. So he's going for Manny.
Yeah.
the security guard
Who fucking ran
who
away.
ran the fuck away as soon as that barricade went down.
Like a bitch.
And, like Freddy.
Like Freddy.
Freddy. Bitch.
Bitch.
But now this is some Jason Bourne shit.
Yeah.
So he's getting ready to leave.
Leave the country.
He's leaving.
Looking for his passport and everything.
Fucking going.
Yeah.
And there's somebody outside, this driver, Uber, whatever. And he's waiting. So he's going to grab something. He comes back, sees the John Carver mask right there on the couch. So he knows something's going on.
He knows somebody's in the house.
And the dialogue, the lines that came out of this dude's mouth in this scene. Again, it's funny because this movie's set in modern times, but they're talking like they're from like an older slasher.
Yeah.
Because he's talking like, I'm a security guard, I kill people for a living, let's fucking go. And he's holding a bat and
a bat of all weapons.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't have a gun in the house.
Yeah, I mean, like, but no, he had a bat.
He had a bat.
And
And then he's looking over to the cat. I'm going to call the cat Mr. Middens. And Mr. Middens is in the kitchen and he's just like, hey, Mr. Middens, is he there?
Like, where's he at? Show me.
Yeah, show me, boy. Where's the boy in the well?
Yeah. And Mr. Middens just kind of looks off to the side like, And then he's like, oh, maybe that's where he is. No. John Carver under the table with fucking electric Carver right into the gut. Just cuts him up a little bit.
Just the turkey carver just in his stomach. And then he proceeds.
He comes out with piano wire like he's Agent 47. And he just wraps it around his neck, turns it, and just a clean pull.
Like I said, the technique of this man, because he didn't do it from the front.
Nope.
He got him, turned around, spun around, yanked it clean off. I said, this motherfucker's a professional.
Yeah.
He is. He's the dark web type of.
He's pulling some Sam Fisher shit.
Yeah. And he clean cut it. I said, yet again, 3 gold medals. The technique, stamina of this man. This man's a monster. This is personal. It made my butt cheeks clench at how violent and professional he was.
Violent? Yes. Professional the way he acted, the way he's pulling off these kills? Probably. Would I call him a monster? Maybe. He didn't kill the cat.
He didn't kill the cat.
That's what monsters do.
Yeah.
If
he
Netflix
fed the
has
cat.
told us anything, you don't fuck with cats. He knew.
He fed the cat.
He fed the cat. He took Manny's head. He's like, I'm going to put this in a bag. My duffel bag, and I'm taking it with me to the gym. And he's like, I'm going to feed this cat.
Yeah.
Cat didn't do anything. Cat actually kind of helped me a little bit. So it's like, yeah.
For a second, hear me out. For a second, I said, you know what? He didn't kill the cat. He fed it. Maybe he not that bad. Let me hear him out for a second.
Yeah.
Let me hear him out for a second.
Let me hear what he's got going on.
Let me hear what he got to say. Let me hear his side of the story.
Yeah. So now we got 2 people dead.
Yeah, 2 people dead.
2 people dead that are involved in this whole Black Friday thing.
Then he posts again on social media to the kids, just like, hey kids, how you doing? Hope you're having a good time. Oh, check this out. Somebody else for the dinner table.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Mm-hmm. But it's got Manny's head in the picture.
Yeah.
And I think you can see Lizzie in the background. I'm almost positive you can.
Oh, yeah, she's there.
She's there. I mean, she is there, but I can't remember if you see it in the picture.
Yeah.
So now they're like, okay, we gotta do something here. Like so now Jessica and her friends, they're going to the cops.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, let me rant a little bit. Jessica's talking with Bobby.
Yeah.
And this is where she explains, like, hey, because, the cameras weren't working during the Black Friday thing.
Yeah.
Miraculously, for whatever reason. Turns out Jessica tells Bobby that her stepmom, fiance, or dad's fiance.
Stepmom.
Kathleen, she was, like, super worried about how bad this was going to look. So she was like, wipe all the video cameras.
Can I also say,
all the footage. You can say it.
Bobby is a sweetheart throughout this movie. Yeah, he got his arm broke and he disappeared and he goes to there. But at least he came back. He's still a young kid. At least he came back and said, hey, That was my bad. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Let's he didn't even go into, hey, let's get back together. He said, let's take it slow.
Yeah, he's like, hey, let me just explain my side of things.
Yeah.
I blamed you for what happened, but it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I could have waited. I didn't have to go inside.
He did a good thing.
He did the right thing.
But can we quickly talk about the other guy? Ryan. Fuck Ryan. He's a little bitch. From the start of the movie,
yep.
He was trying to get Jessica.
Trying to get it.
But he already knew.
And he knew.
That she was with Bobby. But how he proceeds, after Bobby leaves, he ends up with Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
So when Bobby comes back and he sees Pussy Boy Ryan with Jessica, conflict ensues.
Oh, yes.
But Bobby, he kept his composure. He did good. But that raggedy nutsack potato licking son of a bitch Ryan, he was pressing Bobby. He was pressing his buttons.
Yep.
And we're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that. But at this point, they're going to the cops and they're explaining, trying to give information to the sheriff.
And the deputies.
What's going on.
Yeah.
And she's trying to help him, identify, like, hey, these people were all in this video. Maybe you can help identify so-and-so. And this is where they're trying to help him, like, hey, it's this person. It's this person. It's, they're just giving out names.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this person's this, that person, blah, blah, blah.
Like, got a whole roadmap, just like, hey, we need to find this man.
Yeah.
He's on a rampage. Please, Jesus.
And I think at this point...
Which point?
Maybe I'm trying to remember if I went too far ahead or not, because at some point around this time, Jessica goes and pulls some video, looks at the video footage from the night from his dad's computer that's on her thing.
Yeah, she finds it.
And she finds a picture of Ryan talking to the security guard after Ryan said, oh, I don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, lying little bitch.
Fuck
fucking
that guy.
Ryan.
So now we're getting on to the next kills.
Yeah.
Kills, because we get two.
Yeah, we get two for the price of one.
We get Lonnie, who was the guy that got punched in the face at the beginning of the movie.
Who led everybody into the store. Yeah.
Yep. We got him. And then Amy, who's a cheerleader that he's seeing.
Just,
doing
caught in the crossfire.
Now these deaths were great because it was a nod to the original fake trailer from 2007 when the Grindhouse double feature came out.
Yeah.
Amy is like, Lonnie, follow me here into the dark. And then they go, and she has this big trampoline set up. And he's like, the fuck is going on? She has him sit there, and she's like, I'm going to put a show on for you.
Yeah, and she trying to get freak nasty. She said, oh, let me take off my garments for you.
Yeah, she's like, let me remove the unders.
Yeah.
And she's like getting ready. She's jumping. She's not looking, mind you. She's looking away. So she doesn't see John Carver come out of the fucking shadows and just one move, just
like a thief in the night. He didn't just snap his neck. He turned that bitch around.
He 180'd him. 180'd his head.
It was hard. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, it was quick.
It caught me off guard. Yeah. It made my nuts tighten because the way he grabbed the head and turned it in that 180.
Yeah.
I said, look here, bitch. I felt like I needed to call the authorities. I said, someone needs to stop this man.
Yeah. You've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat in your free time.
Yeah.
And you were like, let me see if I can do it.
That was a goddamn fatality.
Yeah.
Because, yet again, his athleticism and this man's strength is borderline inhuman.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think I could turn the man's head around.
Yeah.
You need a lot of strength for that.
That's a lot. Especially the way, the force. Oh.
Just shitty titties.
Yeah.
And then he goes and kills the cheerleader, which made me feel uncomfortable the way he did it.
He was, again, very creative. Also, a nod to the 2007 fake trailer. Because that also had a girl that gets killed jumping on the trampoline. She's getting the underwear off. She's getting ready. She's getting ready to start her big show. And then she jumps. Knife comes through. right through the tendons.
Right through the Achilles.
Right through the tendons.
Oh.
So she's freaking out. She lays back. She falls. She goes to bounce
again,
like horizontal.
Goes right
gets
through
stabbed like 2 more times.
Yeah, 2 more times, and she's done.
Blood everywhere.
She's done.
And at this point, it switches over because now Evan's upset because they were gonna go play football.
Yeah,
and just the comedicness of Evan at some points because he's like, "Oh, the game's canceled, dead bodies," and he's like, "What? I gotta play football, blah blah," and he's like, and he storms off in like the direction, and Scuba is like, "Hey, where are you going?" He's like, "I'm gonna play football."
Yeah.
And Scuba's like, "You can't play football by yourself, dumbass." And Evan's like, "Watch me," and he just marches off.
Just marches off. I was like, all right, more power to you. More power to you.
So Gabby goes after Evan because that's what they do, and this is when we meet McCarty. I love McCarty.
McCarty is the best in this movie. He is the MVP. Everybody needs a McCarty in their life.
I like McCarty so much. His character, like everything. Fast forward some a little bit, but I would have been upset if he was the killer.
Or he died.
But he's not. But again, I'm glad he didn't because he didn't fit.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he didn't die. But if he did,
I would have been upset. Would have been personal.
But then if he turned out to be the killer, I also would have been upset. Because I'm like,
why?
Why?
Why not him?
Leave him alone.
I like how
he's just trying to be there. He's trying to wear his denim. He's trying to get.
He was like the cool uncle.
Yeah, he had a VIP thing at his house for drinking. He had an armory. In his fucking house, which we'll get to.
We're gonna get to that.
So, I love that. So then now, Jessica's waiting at the school because Evan and Gabby come back.
Yeah.
Gabby reeled him back in.
And this is where John Carver comes with a vengeance.
This is
in broad daylight.
Broad daylight at the school. They're like, Jessica's like, "Hey, I'll leave." They're like, "No, just wait right here. Like, we're just going to change. We'll come back."
Yeah,
they go, they change, they come back. And then they get jumped by John Carver. They don't get killed.
They just get jumped.
They get taken.
Yeah.
John Carver's like, "Hey, distraction with the janitor bucket. Chloroform."
He said, "Snatch 1, snatch 2.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, you need to take a nap." And then now at this point, Jessica's like, "What the hell are you guys?"
Yeah,
it's
just
like
a
long time.
She was just like, "Are you guys? What are you guys doing? Are you guys scissoring back there? Come on,
like,
it's time to go."
So she's trying to figure out what's going on,
and she calls him. Sends a text message,
and then she starts tracking down the Bing because she gets a message back. It's like, "Hey, can you come here?" And she's like, "I guess so." Down this dark hallway.
And I said, "This shit don't feel right." And I was like, "Bitch, get up out of there."
Yeah.
I said,
"She did."
I said, "Bitch, don't do it."
But she went because she's like, "I'm a good friend."
And she saw the phone up in the dumpster bin.
Yeah.
And then John Carver comes out of the shadow realm like a devious demon in disguise, and he swings that axe so hard at her, he hits the locker. If that would have connected, done.
Over.
The form.
Yeah.
The form of this fucking madman. Then the chase happens.
The chase is fun because they go into that like hair salon style room that they were doing.
Yeah, the beauty school salon thing.
Yeah, which was cool because that wasn't even part of the script.
Yeah,
they were just filming at the school, and they're like, "Hey, this is cool. Let's do that in here."
Yeah.
So she gets her way out of that. She fucking hair sprays him in the face. Yeah, she escapes
because first she goes in there and she hides, ducks low and pretend her head is one of the mannequins. John Carver looking like a goddamn animal. He's hunting. And then he starts whacking the heads.
Yep.
She gets tensed up. And then she knocks something over. John Carver comes. She sprays his ass. Good move, by the way. Smart. He's in a panic. He's disoriented. She leaves. And he did the right thing since it's broad daylight. He said, "All right, bitch. That's what you want to do? I ain't going to chase you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get your ass.
I'll get you later.
I'm going to get you later.
I'm going to come back."
And then she goes outside.
Yep.
And she's all disoriented and everything.
Yep.
And Bobby comes.
This scene gets me every time. I love this scene. The pettiness of bitch Ryan in this fucking scene because she's distraught. She's upset.
Who's the first one to show up?
Bobby shows up and he's
the
like,
MVP.
He's like, hey, oh my God, are you okay? Gives her his jacket, puts it over her, and then just like checking on her.
Yeah, right. And she's very comfortable with Bobby. She's all like, hugging him, very close to him in the comfort zone.
Then you cut across to fuck tit Ryan over there.
And here he comes.
And here he comes like, oh, hey, that's my girlfriend. And he like runs up to her and like, Jess, are you okay? Goes in for the hug, but in the motion of the hug, pushes Bobby's jacket off and then pulls her in for the hug. The pettiness.
The pettiness of the way he did it and the smirk he had on his face. And then Bobby looks back at him. He picks up his jacket. He like licks his teeth and said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be a bitch in broad daylight, huh?
But and just how smooth he was. Like that was one fluid motion. Just like, oh my gosh.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
But the pettiness.
Bobby did a good job because he, not once, but 2 times, he held his composure.
Mm-hmm.
He just looked at him and said, you dirty, raggedy, no good, diabolical sack of bitch.
He held it for a little bit because this is where he calls him out.
Yeah.
Because this is where he calls him out. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, why don't you tell us about the guy that you're meeting when you said you didn't know anybody? And then they start having this fight and this argument. And this is where Jessica snaps. And it's like, I don't want to see anything about you two because you two can't put this shit aside because my friend could be dead, all this other stuff.
But mind you, Jessica did get mad. She did go off for a bit. But at the same time, it wasn't Bobby's fault.
No, it wasn't Bobby's fault.
It was Ryan. Ryan was starting the shit. He was starting it. Bobby not once started. He didn't press Ryan. He said, okay, I'm going to respect Jessica and I'm not going to go off on your ass. But Ryan, he kept pushing Bobby like a little bitch. That filthy fucking mudblood.
Oh no. The swears are coming.
Oh, my inner Malfoy came out. Well, let me contain myself.
So they get separated.
Yeah.
Yulia's dad comes to pick her up. And
he was Russian, right?
Yeah, he was Russian.
He's
like, getting the Mercedes. We're going to Florida.
Yeah.
Basically. And then at this point, it's Scuba and Jess.
Yeah.
And they're like,
tag team.
We need to go. We need to prepare ourselves because the cops aren't helping.
Scuba and Jess made a good team.
They did.
They got shit done. They were very they were very smart. They said, okay, we need to get protection.
Yeah.
So they go to
McCarty's party and they go to him for weapons. And he pulls out this armory, gold-plated Desert Eagle.
From fucking 007 Goldeneye. Yeah. He said, oh yeah, you guys need weapons? I got you, kids.
And McCarty's like, do you have any like
humans?
Human-sized weapons? And he gives him like a 9mm pistol. I'm like, that's funny.
But he did pull out the dirty hairy gun.
Yeah. It's like bonus points if you spit out a dirty hairy gun.
Yeah, he pulled out the damn hand cannon. Yeah. I said, gee, these kids gonna dislocate their wrist.
Yeah. I love McCarty. So then now they're driving. They're talking to Yulia. They're FaceTiming with Yulia on the phone. And this is John Carver. Here you come.
Here we fucking go again.
He's coming in with trank guns. Because he tranks the cop that's there watching. Then Yulia's dad finds him.
Yeah.
He gets tranked.
He tranks one more guy there, like a friend of the dad.
Oh, I think, you're right. I think
so he tranks 3 people.
3 people.
On some Jason Bourne shit.
Ooh. Let's see. He's going for the stealth no kill rating at this point.
Yeah.
He's going for like the best rating at the end.
Yeah, he's going for that achievement.
Until he gets Yulia. And this is on FaceTime. She gets the corn cob holders right in the ears. Oh, that was rough.
I didn't like that.
That was
I didn't like that.
Too aggressive.
It was too aggressive. You could have just chloroformed her. He disoriented her, and then Scuba and Jess starts driving to the house.
They're driving. They get there. they have, I mean, the whole house is under construction
Yeah.
because they're doing all these renovations. But then Carver has Yulia. Scuba's got the gun pointed. Safety's not off, so it hits stuck.
He was gonna take a shot
Yeah.
at first, but then he was just like, "Oh shit, I might hit Yulia."
Yeah.
Then he tries to fire, safety on.
So
Never
he-
used the gun before.
So he goes to take the safety off, and that's when John Carver throws Yulia onto a table saw, just eviscerated, just
everywhere.
everything.
And then they try to get her off. Well, Scuba tries to get her off. Her organs just hanging
Everything.
out. She's looking like a goddamn pinata.
And he's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do?
Yeah, he was just in shock. He
He
was
was
just
shocked.
sitting on the ground, just covered. He
Rightfully
was just
so.
like, what do we do? What's
Rightfully
happening?
so.
Then Jessica just standing there. She's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
She don't even know what to do. Jessica's just like, well, fuck.
But that's when they
Right?
come up with the plan.
They
Because
did.
now they're back. Now they're back at Jessica's house.
Yeah.
And the sheriff's there, the new deputy, everybody's there, and they're like, hey, let's set a trap for this dude.
Yeah.
Let's set a trap for this guy because there's no sense in running away. So they're gonna like, okay, the big Thanksgiving Day parade. We're gonna do
this
trap.
shit.
This
shit.
fucking
Here we
scene
go.
Got me.
Here we go.
Okay.
So we
So
get to
they're-
the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Everyone's there. McCarty again sees Jessica's like, hey, here's my dad's ring from Iraq. It said it kept him alive. Just for you. You know, like,
McCarty, yet again, being the MVP, being the cool uncle, he's making sure, hey, I can't do much. I'm going to make sure you kids are safe.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
McCarty.
I like
Yeah,
McCarty
he's
stuff.
fucking
I like him.
amazing.
So
Here we go.
here we go. We are at the parade.
Yeah.
And this shit goes so fucking wild.
It
Because they see all these people wearing the John Carver mask because, like the sheriff said earlier, everyone's gonna be wearing one of these because they're free. And it's like,
wait, I forgot. Can we circle back before the parade? Remember when Ryan was on the phone and he was trying to call Jess before the parade?
Mhm.
Here we
She
go.
was like, nope.
Here we go. Wasn't answering. And then Bobby was there. And then Ryan goes up to Bobby and just starts pressing him.
Mhm.
Bobby's being so professional. He's like, okay, for Jess, I'm not going to beat your ass. I'm not going to stick my hand up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet. So Ryan, bitch ass, starts pressing Bobby and said, oh, it's good that you're leaving early. I wouldn't hit. He said something along the lines of, oh, I wouldn't want to have to beat your ass. And at that point, I said, you raggedy bitch. He just kept pressing Bobby. If Bobby would have got that hand and popped him in the mouth, I would have said, look, that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get for talking like a little bitch. Because he literally said, you better be glad you leaving or I'm going to beat your ass. I got so heated at the screen. I was watching the movie. I said, you 120-pound wet bird wolf pussy licking bitch. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You bitch.
Yeah. Mhm.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
No,
And
he-
then Bobby said, guess what? You thought I was leaving. Who said I was leaving? He said, I'm not leaving. What you gonna do about it, bitch? And he stared him down. He said, do something.
Yeah.
He said, do something. I want you to. Let me pop your ass. Ryan being another bitch number 2. Now we're back to the Thanksgiving
Yeah,
parade. No, I had to talk about Ryan,
Yeah, I know
bitch
you gotta get that out
ass.
of your system.
So we're back to the parade.
They're out there. They're on this big float. All these people are doing their thing.
Like you said, the multiple people wearing John
'Cause
Carver's
everyone
mask.
can wear one. They're getting stopped by the cops, but like everyone's like we're doing the thing.
Yeah.
This is where Mitch comes out and like halts the parade because he's like, oh, down with Right Mart, all this stuff, and he's like causing a scene. The cops come in and
that's
him
the only
along.
time we see him, and then he just disappears.
Yeah, I mean, he was like in like the news footage like at the beginning, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's that's about it.
He just disappears.
Now, for whatever fucking reason, there's a clown. There's a fucking freaky ass clown, like in part of this parade, just
Yeah.
dance around.
The
whatever.
freaky deaky clown.
Yeah, freaky deaky clown decapitates the turkey with an axe. Who was one of the kids that was also at the Right Mart thing
In broad daylight.
In broad daylight.
Snaps his head off, and then this where
Mhm.
shit get crazy. everybody starts
Everyone's
panicking, freaking out.
There's smoke grenades going off, and this scene again,
diabolical.
Because I feel like it's not supposed to be as funny as it is, but it's so funny to me. The fact that, okay, so Pop is driving the truck with the boat that everyone's on, a little float.
Yeah.
And he's got his granddaughters chilling in the front seat with him. He's just driving. He's doing his thing. The smoke grenade's going off. He can't see. So he like bumps into another vehicle in front of him. And now this is where the boat breaks loose.
And goes Final Destination.
Final Destination donkey punch through the back of his skull. Right through his fucking face. Right in front of the girls.
The grandkids. The granddaughters.
And they're freaking out, rightfully so. They're just being like, Grandpa, wake up. Grandpa, wake up.
Blood everywhere.
What? The scene right there. Solid kill. What makes it funny to me is that shit happens. The granddaughters freaking out. Then the camera goes back out. You're seeing all this madness is going around.
Craziness.
Outside. People, Jessica and her friends are running to like a cop
falling
car,
off the float and shit.
And then it goes back into the truck, and blood is still coming out of Grandpa's
kids just
face.
Screaming.
They're screaming, "Grandpa, wake up! Grandpa, wake up!"
Traumatized for life.
And then all of a sudden, the camera switches, still looking at the girls, and now the blood just starts shooting on them, and they're just like. And that's why it's so fucking funny, because it didn't need to go back in there.
It didn't need to, but I'm happy it did. We set the tone.
Yeah.
And then here we go with John Carver just being an absolute fucking menace, because people thought, oh, it's a Thanksgiving parade. Mm-hmm. He's going to show up as John Carver so we can get him. John Carver said, I'm gonna switch it up on you bitch ass fucking bitches.
He's like, I'm feeling Halloween today.
Yeah, he said, I'm feeling a little frisky. He said, John Carver said, let's lick tits. So he shows up out of costume as a clown, tranks in the parade, threw me off, because I'm thinking, oh, he's just gonna show up as John Carver and start putting in that work. He showed up as a clown, doing funny business.
Yeah.
He tranks everybody. Well, everybody gets in the car first.
Yeah. Tranks all of them. He flashbangs them.
After he flashbangs them, tranks everybody, gets in the cop car and said, hey, everybody, we going for a little ride. Buckle up.
Yeah.
And then scene's done. Scene's cut. And now we get to, I put this as, we're damn near at Act 3 at this point.
Yeah, we're pretty much into Act 3 at this point, because I mean, even the whole parade scene would be like the beginning of Act 3 if you want to do it that way, because he's taking everybody, he's murdering people, and now we're in the part where
where John Carver shows us why he is Jason Bourne and why he isn't fucking around. Now he's captured everybody, and now we're in his house.
Yeah,
and the table's set,
and it's set. I mean, he's got Kathleen, who fucking gets cooked. She almost gets away.
Almost.
And then until she gets the javelin.
Yeah, because it starts off when he's at his location, at his fun house, and Kathleen's there all tied up, and he's about to bake her in the fucking oven.
Yeah, seasons her and everything.
He seasons her and everything. And we're going to circle back. Let me say this off top. Hear me out.
Okay.
I don't have a foot fetish, but I'm just saying, Kathleen has some very nice feet. I'm just saying. I'm not a foot man. I don't suck toes and all that. But I'm just going to appreciate her nice feet. That being said, he's basting her, about to fucking put her in the oven. He's seasoning her, salt, pepper. He puts thyme or something in her toes. Yeah. And she wakes up just like, what the fuck is happening? He's lathering her up. And I'm just like, Jesus. Kathleen, you in for it.
Yeah.
Because he could have just killed you.
Yeah.
Like, this is one psychopathic trauma. This
you're like,
for a motherfucker to bake you in the oven.
Yeah.
He's demented. You're not a monster
He's like, oh, he didn't kill a cat. and maybe not a monster. Then you get to this scene, you're like, I take that back.
I'll take that back. I was gonna hear him out.
Yeah, and
but
I'm
this
like,
motherfucker crazy.
No, I'm not eating anything he's cooking. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
The chase ensues.
Yep.
And Kathleen tries to get out of the house. Almost. She finds that girl in the refrigerator, and that girl just starts yapping. Kathleen's just like, shut up, bitch. He gonna hear us. He was like, shut up, bitch. Cover your mouth. And she closed the refrigerator. She almost gets out. John Carver, he levels up to level 2 because his mask is on the oven and it burns a little bit. And he has a new mask, and I felt like that just added some points.
That's when he unlocked the skill tree for javelin throwing.
Yeah,
he fucking threw that pitchfork.
I felt like
with precision.
I felt like he unlocked new skill points with the new mask because Kathleen's running out the house, and she almost gets away. John Carver throws the pitchfork into her spine, and the way he throws it, I was just sitting there at my apartment like, this bitch is a professional. The way he tosses it, the form, the athleticism, I'm just like, hey, this isn't a normal man. He's trained for this.
Yeah.
He's been training. He's ready.
He's been doing a lot.
He's been doing calisthenics, weightlifting, running marathons for cancer. He's been doing it all.
He's been preparing with parkour somewhere. Yeah.
So he gets Kathleen. She's done.
She's done.
She
gets baked.
He puts her in the oven.
Again, unintentionally funny because it's a shitty way to go, but he puts in the little thermometer and it even pops when she's done. I'm just like...
Puts her in the oven.
Yeah.
And then she gets cooked. That's the worst way to go. I wouldn't want to be cooked.
That's not it. No.
That's
a long way to go.
I'd rather freeze to death.
Yeah. I would take that over being cooked.
Yeah.
But then we get to... Now we're at the table. Everybody's there. Fucking John Carver walks in. The cops think they find where this is happening.
Sends them to a dummy location.
Turns out it's just a fake location. And then John Carver's doing his own speech, explaining what's happening.
John Carver starts talking because for the whole movie he's silent.
Yeah, he's monologuing.
But now he's monologuing and he's fucking pissed. Yeah. And he's telling everybody, hey, thank you guys for coming to dinner. I just wanted to let you know I'm fucking mad. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
It was an open therapy session.
Yeah. Well, he got some therapy.
And then he unsheaths Kathleen.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, hey, here's Kathleen. She's cooked. The fucking husband just starts throwing up with the mask and all tied up. So throw up's just going everywhere. And I'm just like, ugh, compose yourself. It's just your dead wife.
Which is
just your dead wife. Chill out.
But then
Jesus. Rookie.
That's when this is where Evan gets killed.
Violently.
Fucked. So John Carver's like, oh, why don't we start about what we're all thankful for? And he grabs Evan and he puts Evan on live stream and he pins Evan down and just takes the fucking meat tenderizer hammer and just
goes to town.
Like
Glenn from the Evil Dead type treatment.
Glenn got it. I don't know. This was like
Yeah, John Carver just starts beating him.
He got his Mario from Donkey Kong with the hammer. He
kept going. After the first 2 hits, I said, oh, okay, we're going to stop. Oh, well, fuck me. I didn't know we were going to keep going.
No, he's like, I forgot cranberry sauce. And he's like, I got to make it from scratch.
It was nasty the way he killed Evan.
And like, they didn't shy away from his head just going.
And everybody, they're just watching.
Yep.
But then we go back to McCarty being the MVP. He gave Jessica that ring. And that ring had a knife in it. Well,
it had like a sharp little...
a blade.
Thing in it.
Yeah. And she uses that to
get out.
Then she gives it to Scuba.
Who gets out. And then that's when they try to make their escape. And again, their Scuba almost gets out. He gets like one cut. He gets one cut like in the chest or arm area. He goes down. Carver's chasing Jessica through the wilderness. She gets up and over a fence right before Carver's about to take her out.
Yeah, he almost got her.
Yeah. So she's going back to where like the trap was set.
Yeah.
Right? and
she sees
the
sheriff.
He bleeding all over his face. He's unconscious by his car. So she grabs his gun and goes to the thing. She sees someone walking around with a Carver mask. Turns out it's Bobby. And then this is where the sheriff comes up on her and
gets his gun back.
He's like, hey, you get outside. I'll take care of this. There's a few gunshots, I think. But she's like, hey, Bobby got away. And this is where we get to the point where he's like, okay. He's like,
Final act.
Like,
Act 3.
Scoob is alive. We'll get you taken to, the hospital for checkup. She's like, I just need a minute to compose myself.
Yeah.
And this is where she pieces it together.
Because remember, he said to Jess, at one instance, he said, it's the minor details.
The little details that matter. That's how they get caught.
And then she looks at his shoes and she's just like, wait a fucking second.
Because she realizes, because she's sitting there, she's picking all this stuff out of her pant leg from running through the wilds. And then sheriff comes back. It's just the two of them. And he's like, okay, you getting ready to leave? And then that's when she realizes, when she looks at his shoes, that he has the same stuff.
Of where she was being chased at.
And this is where he reveals
the sheriff
was
John Carver. Just going on an excellent kill streak.
But the reason is he was seeing Mitch's wife.
He was fucking Mitch's wife.
She was pregnant with his kid.
Right?
She was going to leave Mitch so that they can go live and do their thing.
They was fucking raw. And what got me was, I could have, if they would have just said, oh yeah, the sheriff was cheating, fucking around with Mitch's wife, I would have been okay. But they said, oh yeah, not only was we fucking, we having a baby, and she was gonna leave Mitch. And I said, Jesus Christ. I felt like I was watching Lifetime. I was tuned in. I said, tell me more about this affair. And Mitch didn't know. To this day, Mitch still didn't know.
He won't know.
Oh, yeah, he won't know.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So it makes you think the reason why John Carver was so fucking angry is because you killed the woman I was going to have a baby with. Mm-hmm. And that sent them on this violent rampage. Just set him off.
Yeah.
It set him all off. It set him more off than someone waiting at the DMV. Mm-hmm. He was fucking mad. And then when him and Jess are talking, he breaks character. He said, all right, bitch, you caught me. What you gonna do now? This is how it's gonna go. And he starts giving her the spiel of what happened. And Jess is just like, okay, how am I gonna get out of this? But to the rescue comes not Ryan. You probably thought it was Ryan. Fuck Ryan. Comes Bobby. Bobby throws a goddamn tire iron through the window, hits the sheriff in the head. Sheriff's just like, oh shit, what happened? Then Bobby grabs Jess and he explains to her just like, oh yeah, the sheriff knocked me out, put me in the trunk. Then I knocked him out one time when she found him on the side of the car. Mm-hmm. And then he got him again. So Bobby's two for two. He's on a good streak.
So then they're getting ready to do their escape. And I know you enjoyed this part.
Oh, yeah.
This is the line that I'll let you.
This line had so much cadence. It was so goofy. But the way the actor, I forgot the name of the actor who plays the sheriff. Patrick Dempsey deserves a fucking Oscar because he grabs the axe. He goes after Jess. He says the most corniest line in the movie, but he made it work so powerful. He just screams out Jess' name. He said, Jess, this year there will be no leftovers. And the way he said it, I started dying laughing. I almost peed a little. It was hilarious. I said, give this man an award. And he starts chasing after him. He's going after him.
He's going. And they're like, they distract him with a noise. And then they're like, okay, we're going to get in the truck and we're going to drive off. He tries to stop them by looping them to like a support beam. They had filled up a giant float balloon with helium.
The giant turkey.
Yeah. And as they're trying to escape, Jess finds the blunderbuss that's on the truck, and she fires at the turkey. Big explosion, huge fire,
Blows John Carver away.
John Carpenter away.
But you don't see him catch on fire, and you don't see a body.
Yeah, and they even say that they never find him. So then the movie ends where Jess is
on the ambulance, and she's looking around, and she's looking around with firemen with a mask on, and she overhears them talking just like, oh, no one could have survived that. We didn't find the body. First thing I thought of is, first of all, we didn't see him on fire. We didn't see a body. Now you just made him even more pissed because he probably got a few burns and he about to come back and he's about to fist fuck everybody again.
Because you get that like tease at the end where she's sleeping and she's like, oh, she's looking at her closet and she thinks something's there and she walks away and then this on fire John Carver grabs her out of the shadows and then she wakes up and it's like that last little jump scare before it cuts to credits.
I like that because it reminded me of the Jason movies. I like that little nod to Jason. Scare. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be fucking pissed.
We'll see what happens in the second one
because they're making Thanksgiving 2,
which they're gonna start filming. I think he said in like March or something like that.
I'm ready for it. Give me another one.
Yeah,
this was a damn good horror movie. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was.
Yeah,
and it's worth the watch.
I love this movie.
I still gotta buy it.
I don't even like slasher movies as we've talked about, but this one's so damn good.
Yeah.
So. Now that we've finished talking about the movie and the acts, let's get into our two little picks here. What is your favorite kill from this movie? I already know mine.
Oh fuck! I gotta say, my favorite kill. Oh, that's a bit of a tough one. I'm gonna say Bacon Kathleen and her nice feet. Bacon Kathleen was just rude. It was upsetting. You didn't have to do that. And she got baked. And then he cut her head off and served her.
Yeah.
And he was going to serve her to the husband. I said, damn, you's a sick boy. You's a nasty, freaky, sick, freak, fuck boy.
Yeah.
You nasty little bitch.
My favorite, Pop.
Pop
getting railed by the ship. Because it was so funny to me, just the way the whole scene played out. Because it hit him quick, but it lingered a little bit. Then it went back, and they're like, "Hey, you remember Pop? Let's go check on him." Yeah. And the girls are just still freaking. The fact that it just kind of drug that whole scene, I was dying. I was dying. That scene always pops out to me.
Ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. But now, if we were experiencing this whole episode, this whole movie in real life, what part of the movie would terrify you the most to experience in real life?
Getting baked Kathleen. I don't want to get fucking baked.
No,
I don't want to get fucking baked.
That was like, God, that was a bit much. I feel like Eli Roth was like, "Hey, remember I made Hostel? Let me show you.
Let me show you. Let me one up that real quick."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I did the Green Inferno also. Remember the cannibalism? Here's some more."
If I'm getting baked, I'm just snapping my neck right there. I don't want to get baked. I don't want to feel that.
Nope.
I don't want to feel that. No, thank you. No, thank you. Fuck no. Capital F, capital K. Fuck no. No, thank you.
No,
thank you.
Absolutely not.
Ridiculous.
Well, damn.
That's the end. That's the end of episode 2 of Goddamn Best Buddy Spookies.
Yeah, the end of Thanksgiving 2023.
No turkeys was harmed in the making of this video.
Yeah,
because I know
not a single one.
Oh shit! Because I know, recent events, people have been fucking turkeys. No turkeys was harmed making this episode.
Fun fact: the original trailer for Thanksgiving back 2007, the plot of the movie was about a boy who fell in love with a turkey that his dad killed for Thanksgiving dinner.
And he was probably fucking that turkey.
He probably butterballed it.
Yeah.
And he kills his dad, goes to an institution, comes back years later and starts wreaking havoc. You can do that in the sequel that's coming out, but maybe it's too soon. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But this is the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for tuning in.
Please come back.
Follow us on all the social media platforms.
Follow us on Instagram,
Instagram,
YouTube,
TikTok.
that one.
Hey, support us on Patreon.
Yeah, join the cult.
Yeah,
Join the cult.
Live spookishly.
Yeah, join the cult. It's a fun time. Come join your spooky daddies. We'll make you laugh. We'll take care of you. All right. I'll see you later. Smooches.
Smooches.